Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm glad everybody can be here. Glad the weather cooperated, not too hot, not too cold, just about right. And thank you for your patience with everything starting from about September to about now. We're gonna, all right. We're gonna introduce the students in just a minute. Javi, you want to start the music? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the class of 2021. Evie Anders. Lindsay Chan. Carson Cheput. Jordan Darby. Oliver Davis. Jack DeFranco. Blake Hutchinson. Elena Joven Locke. Reese Kammerer. Levi Kim. Noah Mack. Charlie Musco. Isabel Silverman. Brooke Tempkin. Ryder Toll. I would like to welcome members of the board, Saklan teachers, students, families, friends, and last but not least, the graduating class of 2021. Welcome. One of the silver linings of all this COVID regulations we needed to follow this year was that the time we get to spend together here is restricted. Thus, you will not be subjected to a lengthy, rambling speech from me. Before we begin, it's most important to recognize a couple of groups of people besides the graduates. The first is our parents. Without your support this year, you're following an insane amount of protocols, the checks in the morning, the temperature checks, the picking your kids up, all that other stuff, the rearranging of your schedules for the 8th graders to get here on time every day, and most of all, most importantly, your trust that we would keep your child safe this year. We would not be here today if it wasn't for you, and so thank you very much, parents. Within our parent body, I want to recognize a special subset, and that's alumni parents. Within this graduating class, there are 6 that are from families who are alumni families, and 3 that have served or are serving on the board. So I'd like to recognize those folks, please. The Anders family, if you could wave for a second. The Darbys. The Choys. The Chaputs, the Kammerers, and the Tempkins. More than a third of our graduating class this year are from families that have had other Saklan grads that have gone on to do very well. And the time and dedication those families, time, dedication, and love, I should say, that those families have given to the school is remarkable and immeasurable. So thank you very much. The next group I want to thank, especially this year, but every year, but really this year, are the teachers and staff. Years ago, I was on a vacation in New York City, and I was on the 40th floor of a hotel, right? And I'm in my hotel room. I'm looking outside the window, and there's a skyscraper going up next door, and you've seen these probably, these really tall, skinny ones, and it's about 80 floors up, and I'm watching these construction guys walk the beams like it's nothing, right? No fear. Just walking back and forth, going about their day, doing their job. Later that night, I was down in the bar having a drink, and some of the workers came in to have a drink. And I struck up a conversation with them because I was just amazed by the work they had done, right? And how they could do that. And one of the workers said, well, this is nothing. This is nothing at all. He said, compared to my last job, this is nothing. I asked him what he did before. And he said, I used to be a teacher, but I lost my nerve. Not a true story, but I like it anyway, all right? But faculty and staff, some are over here, some are over here. Sincerely, really, this year's been hard. Thank you. Out of the faculty and staff, I want to recognize two members of our family that are moving on this year. The first is Natalie. Natalie, can you stand up for a second? Miss Natalie. We all know her. She's done a great job. There's murals going up around the school this year, at the end of this year, that she worked on towards the end of the year, the art festival, all this other stuff. She's built a fantastic art program here at Saklan and has created an environment that fosters a love for art within her students. As many of you know, Natalie is striking out to start her own business, Natalie Rose Textiles. And while we're sad that she will not be with us as an art teacher next year, we could not be more excited for her. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you for everything. And then we have Liz Peters. Liz, where are you? There you are, right in the back there. 5th grade teacher. Her first year was you guys, right? She still speaks well of you. Liz joined us after retiring as a teacher. She discovered Saklan by mindlessly scrolling through Craigslist, of all places, and happened upon a job for a 5th grade teacher. She came, she saw, she conquered. Liz has added so much to our program, not just as a teacher, but also as a leader of the lower school. She has helped shape and mold our curriculum these past few years, and I have found her advice and knowledge immeasurable. Thank you very much, Liz. Last but not least, you guys. I want to recognize the graduates. You made it. And I don't mean in the ordinary sense of you made it. I mean in the sense that this was a year that really tested who you were. When I talked to teachers, many of them have said this is the hardest year they have ever had. I do not think it was much different for you. And it wasn't just COVID and everything that came with that. It's our current political situation, our struggles with racism, homophobia, discrimination of all sorts, an overall sense that the world was struggling this year, and we look to you to help. You persevered. You have kept your heads up, and to be honest, you have not complained. That's not to say you've been perfect, but all things considered, you guys have done extremely well, and we're super proud of you. This past year, and certainly there will be times in your life as you go forward, forces out of your control, like this year, will throw you curveballs and put you in situations where you feel you have no choices, that things are not right and things are not fair. But you'll always have one choice, and that is how you'll respond to the situation. That's your choice. Respond as many of you did this year, with creativity, compassion, and courage. And thank you very much. Now I would like to ask Reese Kammerer to come up and share a poem of his called The Power You Have. Reese, come on up.
Try respecting the shunned. They discriminate just for fun. Well, it makes minorities get used to guns, destroying lives. This is not fun. Filled with lies they want to run, many people die. This is not fun. The danger is true, and it's nothing new, and the pain goes through them because they don't see them as human. The suicide should make them feel new inside. Instead, they can just watch people die because of their own lie, without feeling new inside. All the problem with stereotypes, it's often wrong, but it's a serious fight. The longing followers feel nothing inside when the light of the broken turns into the night. Acting like others of their own race are a parasite. With all these laws getting passed, how long will it last, stuck in the jaws of the past? None of us are some invasive species. It's a problem when the uneducated just believe these lies and deceit. Please, teach your friends, the uneducated. I'm not talking to you adults. My peers have the power. People younger than me have the power to save lives this hour. Either listen to me now or continue to watch people suffer. Because the jokes and comments made by teens carves a past of discrimination by any means. But you have the means to end this suffering by standing up for your brothers and sisters with some simple words like stop or that's not right. I know it's hard, but it's harder to live thinking you don't belong here. So please teach your brothers and sisters from the misled teenagers who don't know the pain they cause. Be the lifesaver.
Thank you, Grace. That was beautiful. Thank you. I now would like to ask Levi Kim to come on up to the stage. Levi has a piece of spoken word called The World Through My Eyes. Levi, come on up.
Hello. This is The World Through My Eyes. I've come to accept my identity as a transgender individual. That doesn't mean I love it, but I accept it. There's a certain freedom in discovering that there's more to you than you thought, that what you always felt may be true. Your fear has no power over you anymore. Then, the feeling of elation, the undeniable freedom that you've just found is gone in an instant, replaced by the realization that the hurdle you've overcome is the first of many. Truth and fear tested, your spirit vested, your eyes are now open to the real world. See the truth gives us away. See the fear holds us down. See the pain I feel living a lie for others. See our hands show our weakness, shaking our unknown futures as we carry the weight of expectations, carry the weight of stereotypes, carry the weight of fear. Fear is forceful in its glare, a glance, a double take, thoughts, thousands of thoughts, if one of them is my last, if one of theirs is my end. If fear turns to hate, turns to violence, turns to silence. And yet you can ignore, you can turn your backs, eyes dart away, hands fold. A perfect society, paint yourself a picture where we don't exist. Where is the fear of being found out, but in only our hearts? Where is the fear of not being out, but in only our closets? Can you say you fear getting up every morning knowing it could be your last? And yet you can ignore because our joy, our sorrow, our love makes you uncomfortable. I have a dream. To say my name, not like it's a secret or a curse, but like if I was the same person in different skin. To be able to breathe easy without a binder, dress without consideration of how feminine I look, sing my truth with a voice that finally feels my own. I'm barely out to myself, and this is my life. My identity to me, my alter ego to most, watching as medias smear my truth beneath their feet, watching as politicians play games with my life, watching, waiting, wondering what can be done. The news thinks I'm dangerous, delusional, crazy, sick, attention-seeking. I am just a kid. I'm just a kid with fragile skin, eyes that are sometimes tired of crying, hands that are tired of holding on to myself, and a heart that's tired of pretending to be okay when I'm not, sometimes. So, to all the politicians, the transphobes, the people who condemn me for a life I didn't choose, who are you to say I cannot rename myself? Who are you to say I should suffocate in a closet that slowly kills me inside to make you feel more comfortable? Who are you to think you can put a label to my identity? Fragile, like the dissolving confidence I've newly found. Exploit the fear I feel. Guilt trip me till I can't care about your stares. Because what else can I do but hold on, grasp at the illusion of a choice for my own life, hang on to any good news, and keep trying. This is who I am. I may be broken and bruised and a little worn out, but it's my life. And who am I if you take that away from me? Thank you.
Thank you, Levi. So now this is the time we've all been waiting for. So the middle school teachers and advisors, each one of us will speak and introduce a graduate, and then they'll come up and give their graduate speech. But before we do that, I'd like to honor two graduates that couldn't be with us today, McKenna Choi and Pearson Miles. So let's give them a hand. Excellent. I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Victoria Obenchain.
I'm the one that cries, so I'm going to keep the sunglasses on. Okay. I first started teaching Evie Anders in kindergarten. She was this quiet, smart, creative student who over the years I realized was so much more. One thing you might not know about Evie is that Evie has 3 gorgeous rats that she calls her loving pets. And while on the Zoom this year, we'd all see a very focused Evie turn into a frantic one, as a rat or two would run across her desk, and Evie would jump up and quickly have to return them to their cages. And while most people don't connect Evie with rats naturally, there's actually a lot that they have in common. Let me explain. Rats are great nurturers, taking great care of their family. Evie has always shown great love for her brother and sisters, between making shark videos with Finn when she was in 3rd grade and play wrestling with her sister on weekends. She loves her parents and always seeks to make them proud. Rats have a long tail which they use for balance. While Evie lacks a physical tail, I think, she is good at balancing friends, schoolwork, fashion, and takes time for herself. Rats are cunning, creative, and relentless at solving problems. Evie is one of the most determined people you will ever see when she cannot figure out a problem. She never gives up until she has tried every possibility and given it her all, which typically ends in her favor. Rats are rarely surprised, but the sight of one often surprises other people. Evie's talents can surprise others. She's artistic, incredibly smart, a great singer, and a caring friend, all while being polite and modest. Rats can be restless and desire to want to explore what is next. Evie has a desire to explore the world through travel, learn as much as she can in her classes, and now is feeling restless to move on to a bigger school. Evie, while I know it's your time to move on to high school and meet new friends and have new experiences, I hope you will know how missed you will be here at Saklan. Athenia is not only getting an amazing student, but a wonderful rat-loving person in their school next year. I can't wait to see what you do next. I now present Evelyn Anders.
Evelyn Anders, a girl who can create anything with a lead pencil, a girl who could listen to music for days, a girl who loves her family and pets, a girl who loves her friends, a girl who can stand confident in front of a whole school delivering her graduation speech. I'm a lot of things, but right now I'm about to become a Saklan graduate. Ever since 2009, I attended this school where I've learned so much academically and socially. It's odd how it seems not too long ago I was learning about planets and penguins in 1st grade, watching grades above me graduate. Now I'm the one graduating, and I definitely did not imagine having my last year at Saklan be in the middle of a pandemic. And even though this year was extremely different and sometimes even difficult, I'm now one of many Saklan graduates. I'm not the only one in my family who is starting a new chapter in their life. My little sister Lila is beginning middle school, and even though I can barely process it, my brother Finn will be at college next year. When I watched Finn graduate in 4th grade, I never thought that the time I'd have to see him leave home would come so soon, but that time is now. After summer, I'll say goodbye to him, but I know he will succeed at Kenyon, and even though he is 2 time zones away, I'll be thinking about him. As my brother flies to Ohio, my sister, Lila, will be getting ready for 6th grade. I always pictured her going to the same middle school as me, but after she put in the time and effort, she got into Athenian Middle School. Thank you both, Lila and Finn, for being such amazing, supportive siblings. I'm a daughter to my kind and supportive parents, the parents who are always proud of me no matter what happens, and the parents who provide me with the resources I needed to succeed. I really looked out with you, Mom and Dad. Next year I'll be a freshman, and I couldn't have done it without you. I'll miss Saklan's unique community when I take on the next 4 years of my life. Not only have the teachers taught me about important world history or how to write an essay, but they expanded my thinking and gave me the tools and advice I needed for me to demonstrate in high school and overall in life. I'll always remember when I was assigned to Miss O's advisory and how nervous I was, but over the years she helped me through tough problems and gave me important advice. I'll never forget the academic and social support I received in middle school. Even though I'll look back on the memories that were made, including our off-campus lunches, making short videos in Spanish class, or running in the rain in Hawaii, I'll also look forward to making more memories in high school, with new teachers and classmates. I have so many people to thank, including my teachers, my friends, my parents, my siblings, and my grandparents, and this unique school full of community and learning, which has paved the way for me to enter high school with confidence and knowledge, so thank you.
No act of kindness is too small. The gift of kindness may start as a small ripple that over time can turn into a tidal wave affecting the lives of many. By Kevin Heath. This quote perfectly sums up Lindsay Chan to me. In one typical day, she offers so many small acts or words of kindness towards others. Lindsay can walk into a room and observe that someone is sad or stressed or having a bad day, and she'll be quick to go right over to them and ask if they're okay. The best part is that she actually cares about their well-being. Her sensitivity to the others in the world can be difficult for her to manage at times, but ultimately it is Lindsay's superpower. This sensitivity allows Lindsay to see what others need in order to be happier and feel more comfortable. At times, I don't think Lindsay knows how truly kind and accepting she's been towards her classmates, friends, and teachers. Her easy, friendly nature radiates out to everyone who is near her. She makes people feel included, welcomed, and important every day. It can be as simple as Lindsay coming up to say hi in the morning or just to check on how you're feeling. When you take these daily kindnesses she gives so freely, they add up to a tidal wave of positivity and empathy that help make the community a better place. This makes me feel grateful to have been close for her for the past 3 years. And I'm proud to say that Lindsay is a wonderful representation of a Saklan student. She truly embodies the core values of our mission statement, especially the part about acting compassionately. With her beautiful, kind nature and unwavering family support, Lindsay will thrive in high school and beyond. I wish you all the best at Berean High next year, and I'll dearly miss you, Lindsay. It is my pleasure to announce Lindsay Chan.
When I was in second grade, I got diagnosed with anxiety, ADHD, dyslexia, dysgraphia, and depression. I was not having the greatest time. I was struggling with making friends and getting through each day of school, but it all changed when I came to Saklan. Saklan has taught me how to use tools for my learning disabilities and how to handle my anxiety. Saklan is not just a school, it's also a community that is welcoming, happy, and comfortable. My friends at Saklan are really important to me, and they have been there for me during the good times and the bad ones. They have stuck by me when I am very energetic, which is always, and when I'm having a hard time. Life would not be the same if I didn't have my good friends. Isabel, who has always kept up with my energy and my craziness. Levi, who has always been so supportive and patient with me. And McKenna, who has stuck with me during my very weird phases. I am very comfortable around them, and I know I will never be judged by them. I would have never met them if I didn't go to Saklan. My teachers has also been a very important part of my life at Saklan. They have cheered me on when I'm close to giving up, and they are very loving and caring for me. Miss Kim has always been super supportive, caring, and most importantly, she always has snacks. Miss O has always made science fun and has kept up with my very loud, excited comments in class. Without my teachers, I would not be the person I am today. I believe that I am the way I am because of Saklan, and it has made me a greater person. Thank you.
It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends, by J.K. Rowling. I chose this quote to represent Carson Chaput because it focused on one of his best attributes, the ability to respectfully stand up when the time is needed, whether it was a friend or a foe. I always felt that he understood situations that others his age did not. He's an extremely perceptive young man who is equal parts logic and critical thinking, coupled with emotional intuitiveness and understanding. This is a powerful combination. Over the 3 years that Carson has been in Saklan's middle school, he would write me the most eloquent and honest emails expressing his opinion or viewpoint regarding an academic discussion, classmate issue, or personal struggle. He made me rethink or re-examine my own choices and perspective. Carson helped me stay tuned in to what many other students were thinking and feeling, but were afraid to say. And then I think, I can't believe this type of communication is coming from a 13-year-old. He must be a wise old man in a young man's body. Although Carson was never in my advisory, through these types of interactions and discussions, we developed a strong teacher-student relationship that made us both better people. We helped each other stay accountable and genuine. Carson's ability to read situations, reflect on discussions and events, and the ability to communicate his genuine, honest feedback, this skill set will take him so far in life. De La Salle High School is so lucky to have such an intelligent young man. Carson, I hope you enjoy your time in high school with your brother Daniel. I have no doubt that you will thrive. I'm honored to present Carson Chaput.
I am a strong friend who will be there for those who need me. It is crucial that I'm always there for them because they will be there for me in the future. I believe that my companions are one of the most important elements of life. This is because when you have a relationship where you can trust and rely on each other, everything will be substantially easier. Not only that, life is just generally more enjoyable when you're with your friends. I'm willing to go with the flow and adapt to my surroundings. Throughout my life, I know this will be crucial to my success and will also make my life more enjoyable because nobody likes being stressed all the time. I'm also excited for the rest of my life. Not just the good stuff, though. I'm excited to face obstacles and make my way past them on the path to success. I hope that in the future I will be successful. This is so that I can have the freedom to do what I want to do without having to be so restricted. This is because I can believe that I can do almost anything if I work hard by making goals for myself, spending day and night, working, saving, investing, and being creative to create good business plans. Some of the greatest, most successful people in the world right now started from nowhere, meaning from where I am at right now, I'll be able to become just as successful as one of them if I work hard. I believe that the best way to deal with most conflict is to think and be smart rather than to be dumb and violent. I don't like the idea of rioting for a cause when it doesn't do anything but burn down buildings meaninglessly. I hope that the world won't stay so divided due to politics and dumb arguing about meaningless matters. For example, I wish that people wouldn't cut off friends because of their political beliefs, because I believe that this division in the world is one of the biggest problems all of us have to face. I hope that I stay in contact with my close friends when I go off to high school. While I'm incredibly excited to go to high school, I won't be able to see some of my friends as often, and that's all right. But I would still like to see how the people I spent almost 4 years with are doing. The truth is, I doubt I'll ever forget some of the people here at Saklan.
Good morning. Jordan, there you are, behind the speaker. Okay. Since you've been at Saklan for 11 years, You know how school events work better than most of us teachers. You are a genuine leader. Your enthusiasm is contagious in such a way that people naturally feel comfortable with you. When not everyone is willing to speak up, you are always taking initiative to do the right thing. Through this year's ups and downs, you persevered and kept a positive mindset. This gives me great sense of confidence that you will do well, not just in high school, but in all you pursue in life. Saklan will always be another home to you, so please visit, and we look forward to hearing about all your high school adventures. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Jordan Darby.
Throughout my life, everyone has always asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I never knew the answer to this question until today. Throughout my time at Saklan, I've explored many different parts of myself, and I finally know what I want to be. When I grow up, I want to be a person who has Brooke's carefree attitude, Elena's sense of humor, Reese's love for learning, Evie's confidence, McKenna's positivity, and all of my peers' wonderful traits. This is what I want to be when I grow up. While at Saklan, I learned how to solve many problems that seemed unsolvable and create or do anything I put my mind to. I grew into an intelligent student who loves to learn, not for the sole purpose of sounding smart, but to broaden my horizons and create new opportunities for myself and others as a leader and a friend who loves and cares about his peers. I'm a son who loves his family because they've always been there for me, through thick and thin. I know they will always be by my side. I'm a role model for those who are younger, and I want to show them what it means to be kind, caring, helpful, and humble. I'm an artist in many ways, and I love watching my work and visions unfold before me. Now that I am moving on to high school, I'm looking back and realizing that some of my favorite memories were made throughout my time at Saklan. Like the time that we got lost in Waikiki with Javi, when it was pouring rain, when we would do therapy in the bear boxes in Yosemite, and all of the wonderful lunchtime talks with Miss Kim and Miss O. Finally, my advice for the younger students here is to make the time at Saklan the best that you can. Make friends that you know you will have for life. Enjoy having wonderful conversations with all of the amazing teachers. And finally, remember that no challenge is ever too big if you truly put your mind to it. Thank you to all of the teachers for making my years at Saklan the most amazing of times. You've all helped me become who I am today. Thank you.
Oliver Davis is and has always been kind of an old soul. He has a sincere heart, cynical intellect, love of the outdoors, and hilarious comments for every occasion. Oliver's huge heart makes him stand out, as it is shared with his family, cats, peers that he trusts, and those who just need someone there for them. He has a sense of humor that is hilarious, dark, and somewhat inappropriate. But it always stops me dead in my teaching, as I do not normally have a follow-up for it. He is incredibly bright, as he can see concepts and how they connect to the world around him, and he can see 5 steps ahead, especially when watching terrible science movies. Oliver, you joined this class in 6th grade, and you brought such fun and laughter. People are attracted to you instantly because of your magnetic and friendly personality, but you stand out in some of the most memorable moments of your class. Who can forget the puppy pile of sleeping 6th graders I found on the floor of your cabin in Yosemite? You guys bypassed the beds. You enjoyed creating a blood stick that you all worshipped and brought your classmates together. There was also that time you got mauled by a sea lion in the Galapagos. And I believe you were definitely part of all the pickle incidents. But being well-liked only took you halfway. You are also talented in so many ways as well. Theatrically, I mean, you were glorious as a ghost of Cinderella's mother. I hope you all get to see it. You're a leader, a friend, a strong student, a comedian, a role model, and a loving son and brother. And yet, for the most part, you're pretty modest about those things. As I know you're ready to move on, know that your absence in the middle school will truly be noticed, especially by me. Good luck at Maybach next year and with your goal of conquering the British this summer. It is with great pleasure that I present to you all Oliver Davis.
I'm a 14-year-old kid. My name is Oliver Davis, and I'm graduating from Saklan. I believe that at Saklan I've had some of the best experiences and the best teachers possible. The teachers here have taught me so much and have helped me succeed as a student. They've always pushed me to do better and encouraged me to try harder. I believe that I would not be where I am today without the help and encouragement. I've also had many experiences here at Saklan, such as going to Hawaii and going to Yosemite. My favorite trip was Hawaii, which was about evolution and certain ecosystems. It was an amazing experience that I'll never forget. I think that Saklan has a unique community because the small class sizes. This just makes it have more access to teachers than other schools. This is great because if you have a problem and you need help, you can just ask for that help, and you can get that help really easily. And if you have a question, you can always find an answer to that question. And it seems that as if the teachers really do want to help you succeed. Saklan also has a very small student population, which comes with its benefits and drawbacks. For examples, you can't avoid anyone, and if you have a problem with said person, you kind of have to confront them. It also makes it so it can be resolved because of how involved the teachers are. It makes it so your problems don't get worse, but you have the opportunity to talk it out and find a solution. That was my speech.
This next graduate, I remember, started around mid-fifth grade. Immediately I could tell he was a positive addition to the class. He seemed to really enjoy being outside and playing. The first one out and the last one to leave. "Just one more shot, Mr. Crabtree," he would always say as recess ended. I would usually have to gain possession of the ball before he was on his way to class. This graduate is Jack DeFranco. Jack, like every other graduate here, embodies the Saklan School's mission. He has exercised creativity in art and also in science during a physics experiment. He is compassionate in his contributions to social justice discussions in a humanities class. The compassion shows while he plays sports. He plays hard but kind with no malicious intent. Finally, like all other graduates, he demonstrated courage in facing the academic challenges offered here at Saklan. He also had the courage and confidence to represent the Saklan School while we played basketball against other schools. He loves playing so much, he didn't even want to stop after injuring his finger. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Jack DeFranco.
My name is Jack DeFranco, and I've been at Saklan for 4 years, and I'm excited to go to De La Salle for high school. I desire to be a supportive friend and teammate. I want to continue to work well with my classmates on projects in school and my teammates on the field. At Saklan, 2 of my favorite teams were creating a futuristic culture with Reese, Levi, and Blake, and in 6th grade, the Pyramid Project with Carson. I also desire to play football and lacrosse next year in high school because I like to be a part of a team and I can make better friends, and I love to run outside and hit people. I understand that my family has helped me through this journey at Saklan. My parents gave me the courage to step away outside my comfort zone and sing and dance on the stage multiple times. My brother Danny helped me more to understand others. My sister Kate is already helping me prepare for what is coming in high school. I am a student who likes math but struggles with reading and writing. I enjoy numbers and also trying to calculate stuff, even if it's impossible. I am a student who likes to be outside and can't focus for long periods of time. I'm an athlete who will play multiple sports next year and likes to lift, run, and keep training. I'm a tall person who won't be the tallest next year. I am a friend, teammate, son, brother, student, and athlete. I am thankful for all my teachers, friends, and my family for supporting me through middle school.
Yesterday, I shared a quote with Blake that went like this. If you ask me what I came into this life to do, I will tell you, I came to live out loud. Now, for those of you who are on campus at Saklan, you will know that Blake's voice is unmistakable as it rings throughout the middle school rooms and bounces off the walls of the buildings. You might also know that he sings extremely well, from belting out solos at Flag and the concert to singing about giants in baseball pants and a big floppy hat. As his music teacher, I believe Blake's voice is extraordinary. But as someone who just knows him, I know the loudness of his life is about more than just his voice. Blake's passion and sensitivity show his connection to people and the world around him, and everything he feels big. So it is no surprise that he laughs loudly and frequently, is quick to join in with friends, and will try new things and travel to new places with great joy and excitement. He lives every moment of his life with a fierce energy, and to meet a student who brings that energy to what they do in the classroom is rare and special. I am honored to have been Blake's teacher and would like you to join me in wishing him all the best as he goes to Camp Alindo High School next year. My dear Saklan community, please welcome Blake Hutchinson.
Okay. Before I came to Saklan, I was at an expedition academy, which is basically where you learn about nature by going camping and stuff. Although that was great, I was only doing a little bit of math and writing and not getting a real education. I still may not be perfect, but what I do know is that in my short 3 years at Saklan, I've been taught to think creatively, act compassionately, and live courageously, which helped me to become more disciplined and to adapt and overcome my struggles. Thanks to Saklan, I am now a student who is motivated, dedicated, and passionate about my work. I have also realized and now appreciate my privilege to go to this school and be a part of this thriving community. I am now ready to take advantage of this opportunity to succeed in high school and everything beyond. For that, I would like to thank the teachers for always being so compassionate and helpful, my friends for always being there for me, and my family for being really supportive to me throughout my whole Saklan journey. Saklan will always be a part of my life, and I will never forget the memories I had while being part of this community.
I'm kind of short, so okay. All right. The thing that is really hard and really amazing is Giving Up on Being Perfect and Beginning to Work on Becoming Yourself by Anna Quinlan. Watching Elena grow and mature at Saklan has been like watching a beautiful butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. It took her a while to open up and allow others to see her true self, but once we've gotten a glimpse, it has been a magnificent sight to see. As the quote says, it is truly difficult to give up on trying to be what others think is perfect. But once you work on becoming who you really are, it can be amazingly satisfying. Elena has begun the path to her true identity, and what courage this takes. I've been fortunate because Elena decided to trust me enough to open up and communicate her real feelings, insecurities, hopes, and dreams. It took her until the end of 6th grade to do this, but when she began to talk, it came like a tsunami. I could feel how intense, observant, and caring she was. She came in as this shy, quiet 6th grader who was continually being pulled between friends to a more confident young woman who's been able to make choices about who she spends her time with and the type of woman she wants to be. I'm proud to report that Elena was accepted into all the high schools that she applied to. She worked hard for over a year preparing for standardized tests, writing meaningful essays, and practicing how to do an interview well. The hard work paid off. Elena will be attending Carondelet High School next year and will be joining the girls' rugby and softball teams. Go rugby. No. My heart is full of joy and pride to see how much Elena has grown. I know you will be successful, Elena, as long as you continue on your personal journey of self-discovery. Good luck in high school, and we will miss you. It's my pleasure to present Elena Joven Luck. Okay. All right. So stand with me. Okay. So sometimes Elena gets a little bit nervous, so she asked me to help her out. Okay. I'm an overthinker, meaning that I always think of all of the bad things that can happen. I have 1,000 different ideas going on in my head at once, so it's really difficult to isolate some of those thoughts. And it feels sometimes like I never know what I'm thinking. I'm nervous all of the time, but I have learned that that's just who I am. I will always be like that. When I first came to Saklan, I was really quiet. I've been told I never talked or raised my hand, but as you may know now, I'm not that same person. You're not. I'm an observer. I always look at what's going on around me, and so I'm unusually aware of my surroundings. When I was at my lowest, I was confused, but right beside me were my friends, Miss Kim and Miss O. They always helped me, and I'll always be thankful for that. They saved me. If not for them, I wouldn't be here right now. I think of 100 ideas at once, which makes it hard to focus on the present. I can think of what we are doing at any particular moment, but my brain is also overcrowded with things that are completely irrelevant. It is likely playing Jenga, trying to pick up through the 100 thoughts to find the relevant one. I think of others who have it harder than me. I know that I'm lucky and that I'm very grateful because of the support given to me, especially by Miss Kim and Miss O. Sometimes I feel guilty when I am going through a difficult time, but I realize now that thinking like this just creates more problems. It is something that I still have trouble with. I wish I knew what I wanted instead of doing things that don't seem like who I really am. When I was little, I knew who I was. I've changed so much while at Saklan. I'm so different now compared to the quiet, introverted girl that first day of school. There have been so many versions of me over 3 years, but today I'm a little bit more comfortable with the Elena who's now leaving Saklan. Yet, I wish I could trust these positive feelings more easily instead of always second-guessing myself and thinking I'm not good enough. I always doubt myself, but my friends don't doubt who the real Elena is. So thank you, McKenna, for always being positive and being there. Thank you, Jordan, for just being who you are and for always making me smile. Thank you, Evie, for also being there in the darkest times. And oh, thank you, Blake. OMG, all the fun and funny moments I've had with you. I will always remember them. You really helped me come out of my quiet shell. I wish I was able to help and make the world a better place, but coming to Saklan has made me want to be more of a leader in my own ways by making positive change. Thank you for all the memories. Even though I've only been here 3 years, it has truly felt like I was part of the community. The smallest memories are the most important. All the memories with our class have made my middle school experience great. I grew as a person, but also will take everything I've learned with me. Thank you. Yeah, did it. Woo! All right. Come on down. Come get your diploma.
Reese. You are always working so hard with a smile on your face. It is a gift to not take life so seriously that you lose your sense of humor. Your self-discipline when we were online was admirable, and you helped me stay strong, so thank you. I am so proud to see you embrace the artist, athlete, creative writer, and so much more of who you are. Your work ethic, curiosity to learn, and take risks along the way will always serve you well. Meeting you at Saklan 5 years ago really makes me look back on all the great times together and shows us just how fast time flies when you're having fun. We are all honored to have been a teacher of yours, and I look forward to seeing where your dreams and goals take you in life. So please keep in touch. It is my pleasure to announce Reese Kemmerer.
I'm a student of my parents, myself, my teachers, and whatever life throws my way. Every moment is a moment to learn. Consciously or unconsciously, I'm always learning. I'm a friend. I try to cheer others up by comforting them in hard times, having a good time with them, and just showing them something new. And that's what friends do. I'm motivated. I'm motivated to learn, explore, and have fun. I'm motivated to take advantage of my youth and to have a happier adulthood. I'm motivated to have fun and enjoy life so I can live life to its fullest. I will become an adult. I won't just grow older and then become a being that knows everything. I will grow older and gain the power to influence people younger than me, especially kids who don't know better than to believe adults know everything. I will use that influence to help or guide them, make their day, and teach them about the years to come. I dream about fulfillment. I dream about the day when I am not scared of death because I know I've lived my life to its fullest. People aren't perfect, so living life to its fullest means its fullest within the limits of the human mind. I don't expect to make all the right decisions. I just want to be able to know that I tried my hardest and had the best time I could. Didn't waste my knowledge, but helped others with it, took advantage of my opportunity and privilege, and only then will I be satisfied. I dream about art. I love the beauty of beauty. Just seeing my thoughts when I'm doing a math problem or having a conversation. Seeing the thoughts flow into an abstract movement of color, but really seeing the resemblance they have with some random thing without any physical shape or color. It makes me understand what people are feeling, or helps me organize my thoughts to make a decision. That sparks a deeper understanding than I can consciously comprehend. I dream about getting better. That's the best possible goal to have. It provides me with an endless drive to work and improve, but it also gives you the most satisfaction when you can suddenly think back to a year ago when you couldn't even imagine that you would be at the point where you are now. When you think about it, you can't know the exact moment when you got better, but you know you're better than you were before. That causes you to feel amazing, and it gives you more motivation to work even harder to get even better.
Levi. From the moment you performed on stage, you captivated and grabbed my attention immediately. Your dance performance at the Fall Follies took my breath away. You continued to inspire others with your artwork, spoken word, and intellect. I am so fortunate to have been a part of your journey here at Saklan, and we are all excited to see what you continue to pursue in life. You are a creative soul that is beyond your years, and for that, you must always stay true to yourself. May you continue to speak the truth and reason that you so inherently feel in your heart, because you make the world a better place. Please stay in touch with all of us as we will all miss you dearly. It gives me great joy to announce Levi Kim.
"41 weeks ago, I gave a speech at our 8th grade orientation, not too different from the one I'm giving now. As I walked to the front of our class, a crinkled paper in my hand, I reintroduced myself to friends that hadn't really met me yet. I said, I go by the name Levi now, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm still the same person and always will be. I'm just living my truth. I was told after that it takes a certain kind of person to did what I did, that it must have taken so much courage, even though back then my courage often felt like a lie. Then Saklan taught me that it's okay to speak your mind and your truth. Saklan taught me how to look at yourself and love what you see inside and out. Every day you redefine your identity, and when I look back, I want to be able to see a person who has grown and will continue to grow. I am an artist. I create drawings with my pens. I weave songs with my guitar, songs I write and songs others have written. I tell stories through my music and singing, expressing emotions that are too strong to put into words. I create worlds that only exist in my imagination through my writing. Everything I do has everything I can give put into it. Art is my passion, and passion is my art. I am a dreamer. Whether it's a math test, a group project, or a writing assignment, I will stop at almost nothing to meet my goals and follow through my ambitions and never let down my peers. While this may cause some stress in my life, I love this part of myself. It keeps me grounded and makes sure I manage my time and stay organized. And even outside of school, I still have limitless dreams and hopes I can't wait to continue pursuing. I trust my friends and family at Saklan. I trust them as people and as classmates. I trust that after we leave for high school that we will keep in touch. The people I've met and learned from are some of the greatest people I know, and I want to remember them. Lindsay for her compassion and, as she wanted me to say, her awesomeness and amazingness. Isabel for her supportiveness. Big Mac, who is not here, that's McKenna, she also wanted me to say it like that, for her kindness and intelligence. Reese for his ability to make anyone smile, and for every other person who I'm going to miss. I trust that my experiences and memories I've made at Saklan have shaped me into who I am today. Over-enthusiastically acting in West Side Story, getting lost in the rain in Hawaii with my classmates, the good and bad drama at our school made me the compassionate, hardworking, and caring person I am today. To the incoming 8th graders, enjoy your last year together, relax, and make the most of everything you've got in the present moment. How do you end a speech like this? What you say, what you do, who you are, they're all part of your identity. This is how I'll be remembered, so I think sharing a piece of yourself is a rather fitting way to leave. So I'm ending my speech with a quote of my own from everything Saklan has taught me. Life is a series of unanswered questions, a one-way street with no turning back, plagued by riddles and mazes and traps and failures. And it may seem like living your truth is a challenge, a constant battle for acceptance, and sometimes it is. But really, life just takes a certain kind of creativity, compassion, and courage. Thank you, Saklan, my amazing mom and dad, my siblings, Maddie, Willow, and most importantly, my dog, Fred. Thank you.
Noah Mack has left a place in my heart for many reasons. First, he is one of the most sensitive, honest, stubborn, but genuinely good guys out there in the world. This has translated into him building strong friendships and connections with those here at Saklan. Second, he follows his own passions wholeheartedly. For those of you who don't know, Noah is a bit of a home-taught technological guru, not only mastering all the Windows Suite applications, but he has learned to engineer, rebuild, and create computers, speakered, multicolored light displays, and other desired electronic devices. He also makes his own music, DJs on the side, and works to make sure all of his family can have Wi-Fi at their summer vacation spots. He sometimes knows he's the only one excited about speakers and projectors, but that doesn't diminish his love and excitement. This internal desire to learn translates well into the classroom, as when he buckles down in a class, as he does when he's learning a new software program, he sees its hard work pays off in the class as well. Third, he has a huge heart. For his family, his peers, and teachers, he's always looking out for those around him, trying to make them laugh and smile, either with the memes he creates, taking awful pictures of us, or by his Donald Trump impersonation. He does it all for others. Noah, I will miss you thoroughly. I know you're ready to upgrade your internal software with a high school experience and learn even more. Just know how lucky Bentley is to have you and how you will be missed here at Saklan. I now present Noah Mack.
I'm very happy I could go to the Saklan School. It is such an amazing school and has a great community. I have received so much knowledge and learned many life skills in my time here. I love to be creative, and Saklan is a pretty creative place. I personally like to make music and edit photos and videos. And as Misso said, I am a huge software and tech guru. And that often means that whenever I see something new that I'm interested in, as soon as I get it, I will take it apart, put it back together, and hope it still works. You may not see it, just kind of me around the classroom, but I am a very caring person. If you text me or message me, I will be there for you. The days I remember the most are when the sun didn't shine because of the smoke from the wildfires, when we were in Hawaii after shopping at Duke's Back Alley Market with no idea where we were, and then it started raining. The giant 100-slide slideshow Mr. P made us do because of the January 6th Capitol attacks. And some people liked doing that slideshow, and some people did not. Another big highlight for me has been filming the play. Yesterday it hit me, the reality that I was in my last couple of days. So here we are now, on our final day of being students at Saklan. It has been such a great time and I've learned so much. I'm moving on to Bentley High School. Everyone has truly made an impact on me as a person, and I thank you for that. Thank you, teachers, who have tried to be understanding and flexible, especially in this time. And shout out to Miss So and Miss Kim, who this past year did their best to keep me upright and help me manage my work when I was struggling. Last but not least, thank you, Mom and Dad, for being supportive all the way, especially this morning when I needed help putting on my socks because I'm not used to dress pants. I will miss you all. Thank you.
This next graduate has some of the best comeback lines I've ever heard on the sports court. I've enjoyed his sense of humor since he was in 6th grade. He fully embraces the positive spirit of play and physical activity. This energy complements the other graduates well. I would usually see Charlie, along with a few others, first during recess, and often he wouldn't go back to class until the ball flew over the fence or landed on the roof. Charlie enjoys art very much. This is not a surprise given his creative ideas and jokes. Generally speaking, this creativity was an enjoyable element he used while approaching all subject matters. His compassion was evident during group projects and class discussions. His kindness made him fun to play sports with. He competes fiercely and is not mean. I saw courage in Charlie whenever he was down to travel to another school and play their varsity Monstars, 8th graders, when he was a 6th and 7th grade. I will always remember this year when I made Charlie show me he could juggle through a Zoom meeting. He used 3 oranges. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to introduce Charlie Musco.
Okay, so I'm Charlie, and I plan to continue onward towards being a student at De La Salle with my 270 classmates, who will join me in my high school adventure. We will become friends and build a brotherhood. I trust De La Salle to provide me with an amazing educational and social experience, but the only way I could be on my way to De La Salle is because of my parents. They prepared me and set me up for success in middle school. I plan to use what my parents have taught me to have an amazing high school experience. The most important thing in high school to me is the experience because of how they create relationships and build bonds. High school is where you learn how to talk like an adult and act like one too. I'm ready for De La Salle because of what Saklan's taught me too. Thank you to my parents, my family, my friends, and my brother. And thank you.
Once upon a time, on a church stage not too far from here, under the lights and adorned in a giant cardboard mask, her dark hair flowing around her face like a black mane, was a 5th grade girl who became the lion supervillain of Scar from The Lion King. Now, not to sound weird, but it takes a special person to be able to play a villain. And further proof that Isabel is that special person lies in her performance as Cinderella's stepmother this year. I don't mean to imply in any way that Isabel is a supervillain. In fact, quite the opposite. What I do mean is that Isabel has such a depth to her character that she is capable of doing the most difficult things. I have heard Isabel called quiet. Well, as we all know, still waters run deep. Underneath her seemingly perpetually calm demeanor is intense passion for what and who she loves, a determination to do her best and finish all tasks set to her, a brilliant and thorough writer, and a kind and steady friend. I know that in the short time I have been allowed to be Isabel's teacher and advisor, I have not tapped into those depths of what she is truly capable of. But I will not be surprised when I learn one day that she has changed the world for the better with all of her superpowers. I am so pleased to present Isabel Silverman.
Though I often don't want to admit it, I'm really going to miss Saklan. When I'm trapped in a classroom, I'm always eager to go home, but I know that as soon as I leave, as I drive away from the school today for the very last time, I'm going to regret that feeling and hope more than many things to go back to all of the amazing people that I have met here. I believe that the teachers at Saklan are an important part of what makes Saklan such a unique school. I especially want to thank Miss Kim because she helped assist me through an intense situation over spring break, which shows how dedicated and special the teachers at Saklan are. I also want to thank both her and Miss O for supporting me this year throughout my borderline eating disorder. Mrs. Traffic sparked my interest in performing as soon as we started having class with her. Thanking all of my teachers for everything they have done for me would take too long, but I'm very grateful for all of them for guiding me through the past few years. My two favorite quotes are "A glow stick has to break before it can glow," and "A sad chapter doesn't make a sad story." I have gone to these quotes throughout this year because they motivate me to keep pushing through whatever life throws at me. This past year has been pretty rough, not just for me, but for many other people. So I'm thankful for the few specific people in my life who have helped me persevere through it despite what they may also be going through. I also want to thank my parents for the opportunity to go here and Evie's family for introducing them to this school 14 years ago. Without going to Saklan, I know for a fact that I would be a completely different person. As my 8 years at Saklan come to an end, I have many memories which I have made and I will treasure for a very long time. Thank you.
In my classroom, hanging above my computer, there is a picture that catches my eye. Smiling in a flowered blue dress, holding a ukulele with blue feathers in her hair and blue cat's eye glasses, is Brooke. On her face is a smile that I'm not sure she knows is there, her mouth open as she sings, frozen forever in a moment of perfect happiness. She is unmistakably confident, her face bright and hopeful, looking out at something that only she can see. My eye drifts downwards to another photo, this time of an 11-year-old in a green dress tucked into the background of a photo with the same bright confidence and sparkle. As I look at those pictures on the wall, in the back of my mind there is another. A little girl, 9 years old, with tangled blonde hair who refuses to take off her blue puffer jacket. These photos are how I know Brooke to be. Lots of questions, aware of everyone around her, confident, beautiful, sparkling, and full of talent and intelligence. A little bit stubborn. The memory of a conversation I had with her about once a week in 4th grade comes to mind. Brooke, please take off your jacket inside. Do I have to? Yes. No. This amazing young woman is about to take her next step. As I look at her now, there is that same confident sparkle, that same strength of character, and that same hopeful gaze towards the future that are present in all of those photos. Saklan community, please join me in welcoming Brooke Temkin.
I lost my voice, so I'm going to try to do this. I'm a friend who makes sure I'm there for people when they need me. In return, they support me by bringing me food at lunch when I forget to bring it. They give me the best advice to deal with problems, and they help me to build my confidence daily. My friends have helped shape who I am now, and I believe I would not be the person I am today without their guidance. Many times I've lost motivation to get good grades, work towards my goals, work harder, etc. But with the help of my friends, I've been able to find my motivation and point in putting in my best effort daily to accomplish my long-term goals. I'm an athlete who loves my sport and spends time in it so I can get on top teams. People I meet and the places I travel to are what makes this sport. I wouldn't be as motivated to go to practice every day without being excited to see my friends who I get to play against, or the trips we get to go on where we bond as a team and make memories. I'm ready to graduate from Saklan and I'm excited for high school. I'm confident that I will do great and feel prepared from the skills Saklan has taught me over the years. I'm motivated to start the school year because I'm not afraid I will struggle or fall behind because of that. I'm ready to learn and meet new challenges freshman year. These years were a learning process through me throughout my time at Saklan. The paths I took and the decisions I made during middle school helped me realize who I am. I made new footsteps and followed those of my own, teachers, family, friends, etc. But I would not be here today without the support of certain people. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for always supporting me in my goals and giving me motivation to keep going and working towards what I want in life. To my siblings and cousins who have made growing up exciting and has inspired me so much. To my grandparents who have always been there and shaped me into who I am today. Thanks to my friends who were always there and listened and helped me when I needed them. And thank you to my teachers who constantly remind and see potential in me even when I don't. I wish going into high school that I will keep my grades up and meet lots of new friends. I will try hard in my classes and believe that Saklan has prepared me for my upcoming classes. I want to meet new people and find my friend group on my sports team and I'm motivated I can. I wish I can keep good grades throughout high school and get even better at my sport so I can get into my dream or top colleges. I set long-term goals for myself, and if it seems like I'm not achieving them, I'll think of my future and how my future self will feel when it's all over. And that helps me find motivation to work harder. I wish that when I set goals for myself, I want to achieve them, and I will work hard. I hope I don't give up on myself and my goals, even when I lose motivation to do it or I'm feeling lazy. I hope that I will live up to everything that I'm saying, and I will graduate high school feeling proud and confident of my accomplishments and grades like I do graduating Saklan today.
Writer, you have a quiet brilliance and a gifted mind. I was not surprised to hear you scored in the 97th percentile of your math MAP test and above average in all the other subjects. I have always enjoyed seeing you express yourself through your clothing, hair, and artwork. From a young age, you took agency over your own artistic expression. That is something to be proud of. Once, when talking together about your work ethic, you said, "I just got into the flow." Continue to strive for that flow in order to learn from each new experience in life. Continue to be bold, brave, and work hard. I have no doubt that anything you put your mind to, you will succeed. The last graduate to speak, but certainly not the least, is Ryder Toll.
My name's Ryder, and I've been going to Saklan since 3rd grade. This school has really taught me more than just education. I would like to say thank you to all the incredible teachers that have helped me and supported me throughout my years, and also when I get a little tough to teach. I also would like to thank my amazing parents that have encouraged me and supported me throughout my years also. I have found many friends that have helped me through my life during my years at Saklan. Ones that I'm going to high school with and others that I hope to stay in touch with after Saklan. I have created bonds with people that will never break and will last for a lifetime. Saklan has brought me so many memories from the amazing field trips, adventures, and even little things that have stayed with me over the years. I am a student ready for high school and one that is ready because of what Saklan has taught me. I am excited for the next chapter in my life and not worried because I know who the author is.
Before I dismiss you guys for the last time, I just want to once again put out a sincerest thank you for all the parents and support, but also for all the teachers and the hard work this year. The speeches were fantastic, and I think you can see what makes Saklan special. We know the kids well, right? And the kids know us well too, clearly. So thank you very much for all the hard work you put into the speeches, both kids and teachers. All right, so class of 2021, can you please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the class of 2021.